What's up, Giants fans? Back at it with another video. And in this video, we're going to talk about the latest free agency addition. The Giants today signed tight end Kyle Rudolph from the Minnesota Vikings to a 2-year deal. And this deal, according to Mike Garafolo from CBS, it's going to be up to $14 million. Now, we don't know the exact numbers yet, if there's any incentives or bonuses involved in anything, but that deal is going to be 2 years. And Kyle Rudolph is a tight end who's 31 years old. He's 6'6", and he weighs around 265 pounds. He's a two-time Pro Bowler in his second season, 2012, and then made a Pro Bowl again in 2017. Spent 10 years with the Vikings, and my initial thoughts were I was a little surprised. I was caught off guard. I did a live stream a couple of weeks ago, and somebody was like, maybe the Giants should look into signing Kyle Rudolph. I know a lot of people were not pleased with Evan Ingram. During the 2020 season, I was one of them. I can't stand Evan Ingram. I'll give you my honest opinion. I don't like him. I don't think he should be the tight end of the Giants. And I think looking more into it now, Kyle Rudolph was a good addition to this football team. He was released earlier this month by the Vikings. Best pure red zone target tight end on this roster now. Had 9 touchdowns in 2012, his second year. And then had a career-high 83 catches for 840 yards in 2016. So he has really good tight end numbers. And he also has 4 seasons of 90-plus targets. So I know he's a little older now, on the wrong side of 30, but he does get a mouthful of targets. And he's going to get targets in this Jason Garrett offensive scheme. And this past year in 2020, it was a down year for Rudolph. Didn't really put many numbers up, but he did miss 4 games. And he did average 12 yards per reception. So Rudolph is a guy that you can target down the field. He's a big body, like I said, 6'6", in the red zone. And he's only had 1 drop. That was one of the biggest stats when I was looking up his stats from the Vikings website. He's had 1 drop in the last 3 seasons, which is huge. Evan Ingram had multiple drops this year that cost us games. So to minimize that to 1 drop in 3 seasons, that's pretty impressive. Now, when you look at the details of the contract, it's not too great, whether it's $6 or $7 million a year. I'm not sure we want to be paying that to a tight end too, which makes me wonder if the Giants could potentially deal Evan Ingram, whether it's the night of the draft, whether it's in a few weeks, or whether it's before the season starts, who knows, or during the season. A lot of people are saying they're really looking forward to seeing an Evan Ingram, Kyle Rudolph tight end combo, but let's just say the deal is 2 years, $14 million flat, as what's been reported. He's making $7 million a year. That's more than Evan Ingram. Evan Ingram's making $6 million a year and carries 0 dead cap hit if we were to trade him or release him. But obviously, if Ingram were to leave the Giants, you'd want to trade him to get some type of value for him because he is a very valuable player to a lot of people. I mean, look, I get annoyed at him with his drops. I don't like him. I don't think he's a good fit for this offense. He's one of the 2 pre-Gettleman players, but I still think he's an outstanding talent. Another thing about Kyle Rudolph that Evan Ingram doesn't have that really impresses me is he was the 5th best pass-blocking tight end in 2020 with a minimum of 200 snaps. So he's really good protecting against the pass. He's been graded over 70 in 6 of his 10 seasons in Pro Football Focus World. I know some people don't like PFF, but they do put out some good stats. And his durability, despite missing 4 games at the end of last season, he has started all 16 games in 5 of his last 6 years. Now, as I mentioned last year, he only had minimal catches. He had 28 catches on just 35 targets, his lowest output since 2014. So that's been a while. But like I said, the Liz Frank sprain really hurt him last year in 2020, missing those last 4 games. And this is the guy, if you remember, scored the overtime winner against the Saints in that playoff game back in 2019, where he did a good job getting open in the red zone. And he fits the identity of what being a New York Football Giant is and what the Giants culture is starting to culminate into. And what it's always kind of been is Rudolph was a Walter Payton Man of the Year nominee 3 times for the Vikings, 3 straight seasons, actually. And that's the type of guy the Giants are looking for, a guy who does things both on the field and off the field, whether it's in the community or whether on the field being a leader in that locker room. So overall, I was a little surprised, my initial thought, but I'm very pleased with the signing. I'm not a big fan of the contract, but I think he could benefit these New York Football Giants in 2021. My only confusing point that I want to bring up in this video is, what is Caden Smith role? What does this mean for Caden Smith? So, I'm going to share with you guys Caden Smith's stats and how underutilized he was in Jason Garrett's offense in 2020. As you can see, folks, Caden Smith had 31 catches and 3 touchdowns in 2019 as a rookie. And Evan Ingram was a player that had injury concerns in 2019. And a lot of people were saying, hey, he had a game winner against Washington, and he could potentially be that guy. He started 12 games last year, but if you look, he only had 18 catches. That is a decline, and he was very underutilized in this offense. In my opinion, Smith is a guy that can get you 5 for 75 a game. So I think he's a very productive tight end entering his age 24 season. The problem is we just restructured Levine Toilolo. What's going to happen with him? Could he be battling with Caden Smith for a roster spot? Who knows? It's left to be seen. But, guys, this has been a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to monitoring the Kenny Golladay situation over the next day or two. I know he's visiting with the Giants. So, but other than that, Kyle Rudolph, good signing. Wished it was for a little less money, but sometimes in free agency, you have to overpay. You have to pay A, money for B and C, talent. This is what's going to happen. And the Giants have more money. They're reworking contracts, making roster moves. But thank you all very much for watching. If you like what you hear, hit that subscribe button, folks. Drop a comment. Give us a little thumbs up. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.